submission match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Hart Foundation from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret, the Hitman Hart. His opponent, representing the Bloodline from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns.
Main event time here this week on Fantasy Warfare Submission Rules. So the only way to win in this one is to make your opponent submit. No pinfalls, no disqualifications, no countouts. The submission must occur in the ring, but otherwise these guys are free to brawl all over the place. And you know Roman Reigns got to be in a bad mood, a foul mood, after suffering a defeat in a ladder match last week involving Seth freaking Rollins and MJF in our WWE AEW Championship Warfare Special. No championships on the line in this one, but Roman Reigns surely will be looking to regain some lost steam after being defeated in that ladder match. Granted, he did not get pinned. He maintains that streak of not being pinned since 2019. But he did leave Fantasy Warfare last week without his Universal Championship. Of course, he got an upgrade on that belt in reality for his 1,000-day celebration on last week's Friday Night SmackDown. All gold Universal Championship seems to have divided people quite a bit. Folks seem to be surprised that WWE continues to plaster their logo all over the belts. I mean, it's been the giant W belt for almost 10 years, and we're still arguing about it. It's crazy. Then again, I don't like to argue about wrestling too much anymore. Debate it all day long, but arguing things like that, belts, oh man, that's crazy stuff. I got more important things to do, like call the action here in this main event. Roman Reigns has Bret the Hitman Hart in a vulnerable position here on the floor as Bret is on the defense. Roman is on the offense. Roman mounting Bret on the floor. I'm not entirely sure. I think I might have seen a little bit of blood on Bret the Hitman Hart's face there. Into the guardrail goes Bret. Roman with a kick to the back of the head. Roman telling Bret to get up to his feet. Get up, Bret. Get up, Bret. Irish whip sends Bret across the ringside area. Roman giving chase to him, though, not giving him any time to breathe. Roman Reigns has some fans in attendance here this week in Fantasy Warfare. Who's had a light chant of Roman going on here in the Fantasy Warfare arena. Looks like Roman has some folks that would like to also see him pick up the victory after last week's loss in that ladder match where Seth Rollins collected all of the championships. And, of course, the game's a little funky. Wouldn't let us have 3 titles on the line in that matchup. But, you know, we worked it out on the back end with the paperwork. And Seth Rollins left here with 4 championships last week. 3, technically. But, you know, the Universal title was 2 belts. Nice neck breaker by Bret the Hitman Hart. Both of these men have yet to go for a submission. Oh, as I say, nobody's gone for a submission. There goes Roman into the guillotine choke. He could be making headway towards making Bret the Hitman Hart tap out, or Bret Hart could tap out here. Maybe Bret will just break free, turn it into something of his own. Let's see where it goes from here. Bret Hart now trying to break the legs, and he does. Normally in a match, that would have been a great pinning counter, but Bret Hart able to just bridge his way out of that guillotine choke put on by Roman Reigns. Bret countering the fireman's carry. Hard shot to Roman Reigns. Pile driver by the Hitman. Excellently executed, but Roman immediately back up on his feet. Proving once again that direct head trauma for a Samoan really doesn't do any damage. Apparently it doesn't damage though if you knee him in the nose. So there's our hack. We gotta punch these guys in their noses. Make their eyes all watery and puffy because they got hit in their nose. Bret waiting on Roman to get back up to his feet. Our main event well underway this week here in Fantasy Warfare. Submission rules. Bret the Hitman Hart, Roman Reigns battling fiercely in this main event. Thought we were going to get a neck breaker, but we got a nice forearm shot to the base of the neck instead. Almost as devastating as a neck breaker. Back elbow drops Roman Reigns down to the mat. Bret cranking away at the neck of Roman Reigns, looking to get that victory, but Roman will not give it in. Gotta figure that it's going to take a little more than a neck vice to put away the head of the table, the tribal chief, who has not been pinned since 2019. Even if he loses here today, he maintains that streak. There's no pinfalls in this one. Oh, Bret the Hitman Hart sends Roman Reigns out to the floor, down to the mats on the outside. Bret now following Roman out to the floor, looking to not give Reigns any moment to recover. You don't want to give Roman Reigns any chance to recover. There's a reason why he hasn't been pinned in damn near 4 years. There's a reason why he has had over 1,000 days as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. But is he really undisputed? Because now there's another world title, but I digress. There's reasons that he has reached the pinnacles he has. And Bret Hart was trying his best not to let Roman get back into the advantage seat, except, as you can see, Bret Hart just got thrown into the ringside guardrail, and Roman is back in the driver's seat, and he takes a moment to take in some acknowledgement from the fans here at the Fantasy Warfare Arena. He's got Bret Hart up on the shoulders. Ooh, nasty into the guardrail goes Bret the Hitman Hart. Ribs first into that ring post. Called it a guardrail. I'm all sorts of discombobulated this week. I'm discombobulated every week, but it feels a little extra today. Nice gut-wrench powerbomb by Roman Reigns. Now bouncing Bret Hart's skull off the canvas. I mean, I suppose that's one way to get a guy to say he submits. Like, damn man, my brain hurts. Please don't beat me up anymore. I tap out. Superman punch in the corner. Bret swings a clothesline. Spear in the center by Roman Reigns. That's not going to get you a submission, but it sure was impressive. Suplex by Bret the Hitman Hart on Roman Reigns. Bret now sweeps the legs out, going for a sharpshooter. Can he get it locked in? Will this be enough to make Roman Reigns tap out? He's got it locked in. Sharpshooters. No, he doesn't have it locked in. Roman reversing that one quick. I thought he had that one locked in tight and locked in for submission style, but it was not to be. I think Roman was going to try and go for a spear on that exchange, but Bret Hart got back up to his feet, and Roman second-guessed that decision very smartly because it allowed him to keep his advantage because he was able to come right back into the offense on Bret the Hitman Hart. Gut-wrench powerbomb, deadlift style. What a display of power by Roman Reigns. Taking him out of the corner the hard way. Normally that would be a nice pinfall combination, but as it is a submission match here this week in Fantasy Warfare. Roman Reigns in firm control, working on the torso and the lower back of Bret the Hitman Hart. Maybe he's got some sort of submission ready to whip out that we've never seen before. Typically he goes for that guillotine choke, but he's focusing a lot on the lower back and the torso. Again, there's a reason why he's ahead of the table. Now it looks like he's going to work on that torso again. Could he be going for another spear? I question the wisdom on this one. It's not a submission-based move. He hit it. It looks beautiful. It's devastating. But it would seem to me you should be going for that guillotine choke. Bret with a nice scoop slam on Roman Reigns. Drives that knee into the bridge of the nose once again. Bret continuing his work on the lower back. You know he's going to want to be going for a sharpshooter. He's already tried it once in this matchup, and Roman was able to reverse it. Irish whip in the corner. Knife edge chop by Bret Hart on Roman. Bret now waiting on Roman to get back up to his feet. What's he going to go for here? Sweeps the legs out. Stepping through. He's got the legs locked. Can he sit in with it? He's got it sat in. Can Roman Reigns break free? It's excellent position. No, he cannot. Roman Reigns taps out. And Bret the Hitman Hart wins our main event here this week in Fantasy Warfare, picking up the submission victory with that devastating and legendary sharpshooter. Well, Roman Reigns still hasn't been pinned since 2019, but he's been submitted right here this week in Fantasy Warfare. Of course, Roman's been pinned here in Fantasy Warfare, but, you know, that doesn't count in reality.
Here is your winner.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us for another week of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare. Be sure to join us this coming Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern for the bonus match. And then come on back next Friday night for another episode of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare.